Okay, so in all seriousness, I just ranted at this camera for about 15 minutes and then belatedly realized that when I'd clicked record, it didn't actually work. So I am unimpressed. It was the most amazing vlog you would have ever seen. It would have blown your mind. Um, so hi everyone. I'm back on the vlog for no apparent reason. I'm not sure why I'm here because every single time I do this, I'm like, I'm gonna blog more and I'm gonna say things, and then I never do. Because really, I have very little to say about life. I express myself through images. Um, I can't really sit there and go, this is my image, and just hold it up to the camera because that would be retarded. Anyway, here I am at the end of one of the worst weeks that I've had in a while. Um, Let me start by saying that life right now is actually incredibly cool. I am okay with how life is going currently, but I'm also depressed as hell this week because, well, Anais left. She left at 6 a.m. this morning. It's now 9:40 in the evening, um, but Kia and I took her to the airport this morning, and it was depressing as hell. Um, I don't actually think it's really hit me yet. I had a moment on the weekend where I realized that she was leaving and cried myself silly at work, which was awkward. Um, but then I think I kind of slipped back into denial, and here I am. I saw her off at the airport, and I'm almost certain that I haven't realized it yet. She's been texting me all day, saying things like, "I'm in Launceston, yay! Oh God, I'm scared," and I don't know. It feels like she's on like a week holiday. I figure in about a month and a half I'm gonna go to Emma's, oh God, and cry a lot, which is unusual because I don't usually cry. It's not really something that I'm in the habit of doing, but it's been hard. Anais is was very much what took up most of my time, and the time that was not taken up with Anais was taken up with buying things for Anais, or talking to Anais, or, I don't know, sleeping, which was usually in Anais' bed. And it just, yeah, it sucked. It sucked to that one. It's just not good. Um, and depressingly, she did this thing. You guys know how I feel about masks and how I feel about lights. I really like lights. I Lights make me like living. And Anais did this thing. Initially, she did this thing where she kept it a secret from me, and then she presented me with this. She made this. She'd never done that before, and she made me a goddamn. And not only did she make me a mask, she handmade me lanterns. They're more than this. That's like big ones, and they hang from my ceiling. They're over there. But she made me things, and I'm not quite sure how to deal with that. I didn't actually think people did stuff like that outside of movies. And let's face it, they kind of don't. And like she did that, and then she left. Um, it's been a really hard week. But on other subjects, because depressed people are annoying, as we've all learnt over the last few months, life is kind of great right now. Aside from lack of an A, life is kind of crazy. Um, I don't know. I've spent the last few years as I'm sure you poor souls who follow my live journal will have gathered, it's the past few years. Oh God, go away, MSN. Um, I've spent a long time feeling very stagnant. Like everything, just everything has been so unmoving and and just I'm not even, I don't know. It's really hard to explain how I've been feeling over the last few years. It feels like everything has crashed and burned, but in the most unreal way, and everything has been so nothing. Um, I've been stuck in this place year after year, living only for my New Orleans trip at the end of the year, or living only for when I would get to Utah to see Jude or Faith, and sticking all these photos and images and icons to my wall, and just longing for this thing that I didn't know what was going on, uh, but it wasn't great. Hold on. And it's only really been over the last 6 months, I want to say, that things have suddenly... No, it's been since my birthday. My birthday was on March 14th, so it's been like less than a month, in fact, since things are suddenly going so fast and everything is changing. I've I've really been struggling over the last maybe 6 months to know who I am and what I wanted and how I came across to people and how I wanted to be and where I wanted to go. There's always been the I want to get to New Orleans, or I want to get to Paris or see this thing or do something, and suddenly over the last month it's like everything is sharpened and everything has become so incredibly clear, and I feel like I've changed a whole bunch. I don't know, in the most horrible, shallow, superficial ways, I'm exactly the same, but it's like in my head where previously there was so much anger and so much confusion and so much, I don't know, lack of certainty for what I was and what I wanted. Suddenly it's like everything's calm. And I know that's the wankiest thing to say ever, and oh God, I'm not even going to be able to watch this afterwards because I'm just going to want to slap myself silly. But it's been a completely bizarre month. Everything is suddenly moving a little too quickly, and it's so terrifying. But I'm not sad. I'm not depressed. I'm shit scared, and I feel like my heart is beating a million miles a minute. But it's just wow. Everything is so different, and I don't know. This is who I am now. I'm completely different. I look completely different. Ah um anyway, um what else? I guess life has been a very something. I took up my studies again. As a few of you know, I've started studying witchcraft and the occult and magic and mystical unicorns again, which has been very odd for me because it's been a good few years since I've really studied with any enthusiasm or any I even guess retention of ideas or anything. It's just there's just been nothing. Uh, my spirituality for so long has been connected to a group of people that until very recently were not a good influence. And now I'm studying again. That's great. I have books filled with things that I'm doing. I've started working on sigils. I've started learning Japanese, which sounds really random, but thanks to Hope, damn you Hope, um, I've been watching a lot of anime and it's made me want to learn different languages. And because I have roots in learning Japanese, because in Australia it's the second language, so we learn it in like primary school. Um, I have started to relearn it. And it's really hard. It's like really super hard. Um, but it's kind of cool because my brother knows quite a bit of Japanese because he's a great big weeaboo. And so he and I can spend afternoons just like throwing little catchphrases at each other. Like we'll speak English normally, obviously, because we're retarded and can't actually speak Japanese, but we try to use the small phrases that we know, like kuroshite, which is like kill me, or shindayo, which is like die, but it's like die with enthusiasm because you're at the end of things is like exclamation point, or I don't know, like I don't know. I don't know. Japanese is fun. It's a good language, and I'm learning it. And I don't know. Like it's hard to explain things without I don't know spouting philosophy or poetry or sounding like a tool. Life is kind of great right now. Um, barring obvious things, and I'm enthralled by it. I Things are changing so much, and I love it. I love where things are going. I feel like I can finally see where I'm going, and I can see how I want to get there, and I can see how that connects to who I am personally, and it's all so new and so right that I can be happy in it, and I don't have to. Well, I feel like I don't have to worry about what's happening. Um, like my visa's finally happening. I only have to spend about $1 million more, and then I can go move to New Orleans. And though I know that it's not going to be all fondling moonbeams or like being horribly connected to every mystical thing in the universe in New Orleans, it's going to have been a goal that I've accomplished, and it's going to be something completely new and different. And it's I'm finally secure in that. For all that it's New Orleans, it's still just going to be a new place as well, and I can deal with that. And I know what I want to do. I want to open a bookshop, and I want to serve people coffee, maybe with a little bit of whiskey in it, and just I love it. I love everything. It's great. Anyway, as I say this every single time, everyone, vlog, god damn it. I know you all have webcams because I've seen you on them. Everyone, vlog. I don't even care what it is. I don't care if you, like, throw gothic imagery at me or, like, spam really lame photos of people smoking and say words or something. I don't just make videos, connect, say things. It's been so long since any of us have really said anything to each other. You know, we're not all online at the same time. It never seems to occur to me to be in chat when everyone else is in chat. The one chat that we have. Thanks to Hope. Thanks, Hope. I mean, God, I miss everyone. I miss the family. I miss talking to people. Just, come on. Let's do this. Anyway, I'm out. Apologies for that 14 minutes. 14 minutes you'll never get back in your life. Anyway, love you all. Be well.